Hey, April. You know how we are going to be going over to my parents' house for me to introduce you to them, right? But it seems like my dad and brothers went off on a trip to Europe. So for this weekend, it'll just be my mom.
Wait, not just your dad, but your brothers ended up going as well? I mean, if that's the case, then why don't we just change the day that we do all this? Wouldn't that be better?
Nah, don't worry about it. My dad and brothers are really just pure workaholics. They don't really care too much about anything else, really. So if mom is okay and happy with everything, then they'll just follow suit.
I think I understand what you're talking about. But that just makes this whole one-on-one introduction that much more nerve-wracking. I mean that, no matter what, I have to get your mom's approval. Honestly, that makes me pretty nervous. But I'll do my best.
That's the spirit. Yeah, she can be a little hard to please sometimes, but if you have the drive to do it, I'm sure that it'll get through to her. I mean, as long as you don't take a harshly opposing stance on what she says, you should be more than fine.
Don't take an opposing stance on what she has to say? I mean, if you're going to go as far as saying that, I'm getting a little scared. Is she like that scary of a person at times?
Scary, serious, hard-headed. Those are some of the words that can be used to describe her. I have told her a bit about you, but as it is, she doesn't really see you as in her good graces quite yet.
What? Really? She already doesn't approve of me?
Well, she seems to be pretty caught up with how you were only raised by your mom. She heard about that and started to be a little bit headstrong in how she thinks about you. But, I mean, if you just kind of take whatever she says about that in stride, I'm sure that she'll eventually get over it.
You're making me more and more scared with all of this, Stan. I mean, I'm fairly used to the whole stigma that people have of me for being raised in a single-parent home. But having that come from your mom doesn't feel good. But if she starts getting a little bit too harsh with how she speaks to me, could you at least help me out a bit?
Of course, I'll help out in any way I can. But honestly, I really think that if you just take whatever she says in stride and not talk back too much, you'll be golden. I mean, you want to hurry up and get married too, right? So let's just do our best to make sure everything goes smoothly.
Don't you dare set foot in my house ever again! You penniless waste of space! I'll never let some beggar who is as miserable and wretched as you ever take away my beloved son. Who would even dare allow you to marry their own son? First, I would like you to actually apologize to me. Who could ever think that throwing water in someone's face is acceptable in any way? If I didn't do that, then there would be no way for a destitute beggar like yourself to actually think about leaving. Am I right? So I just did what I had to. I threw water in your face to get you out of my house. I'm sorry? You did what you had to? But the worst part, the water that I wasted on you was mineral water that I had specially ordered. But someone who never drank any water that wasn't from a tap can't even fathom the disappointments I felt in being unable to drink it. Why should I care whether the water you threw at me was mineral water or tap water? Who cares about that? What I don't understand is why you thought there was any reason at all to throw water at me in the first place. What did I do to deserve that? Did I do something wrong? Did I offend you in some way? I mean, all I did was walk to the front door. There was no, hello, how are you? You had just immediately thrown water straight into my face the moment I walked in. That's simple. Your voice was just as horrible as I had originally imagined. Just you saying hello was enough to make my ears scream out. I couldn't stand hearing another word of such a disgusting person. I knew being raised by a single parent was something that could be horrible for a child's rearing, but to imagine that even your voice would be affected, my goodness. I guess the nurture part of a child's upbringing is truly that important. A horrible upbringing can even make your mere presence unbearable. I'm sorry, what? I heard all that I need to know about you from Stanley. I heard about how your past few jobs have been with some barely known companies. You went to college at a place that barely gives out rejection letters. But more than that, you were born and raised in a house that was run by only your mother. I mean, is there a reason to hold any of that against me? My father died due to an accident when I was young. But even then, hearing stories of children being raised by a single parent isn't that uncommon. Now, your situation is really heartbreaking, but that doesn't change the fact that you were raised by a single parent. I mean, when you compare the way your house was run versus ours, there is just simply no comparison. In what way is there no comparison between our houses? I mean, of course, in our family. My husband's parents, he himself, and even our children have all been to Ivy League universities. Not only that, but everyone in this family is either a doctor or a lawyer. I mean, really, this whole family is just a large lineup of successful people, while your pitiful household is nothing but failures. Honestly, no comparison doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of how unfair the differences between our families are. You say all of this, but Karen, you don't work as a doctor now, do you? From the stories that I heard from Stan, you're actually just working as a housewife. What I do is of no concern to you. But if you must know, a housewife who is there to support the decisions and the actions of all of the family therein is an important role as well. However, what I must reiterate, a penniless, wretched person like yourself has no business wanting to marry my beloved Stanley. Your only goal is simply to weasel yourself into this family, isn't it? You see Stanley's income, our affluent household, and you just can't help yourself from trying to get your greedy hands on it. That is absolutely not the case. I want to marry Stan simply because I love him. There is no other reason than that. Wow, such an obvious lie that you're trying to tell. I see right through all your lies. Though I don't have to reveal this to you, I will. I already researched everything there is about you. I know all about how you're just a money-grubbing common peasant that has no need for being a part of this family. You researched about me? What are you even talking about? Of course I did. I am the mother of a line of doctors and lawyers, and it's my duty to make sure that everything concerning the family is taken care of. Also, if I do say so myself, I am quite spry for my age. I may be in my 50s, but I'm still keeping up with the young crowd, which is exactly why I can still do things like use social media. Using that social media, I was able to look into what type of person you are. What do you mean you found me on social media? Yes, I found your Instagram. You're posting nothing but lewd photos of you with brandishing whatever expensive bag or clothes you can get your hands on. You're just showing off your lust for money for the whole world to see. That's who you truly are, isn't it? I hate to break it to you, Karen, but I don't even have an Instagram account. Not only that, but I don't really have any social media. I steer away from it like the plague, and the closest things I even have to a social media account is Messenger, which I barely use in the first place. I have to let you know that the account that you think is me is actually someone else. Shut up, you worthless beggar! I've brought up doctors and lawyers, and you think that I'd be so foolish as to mistake your social media profile for someone else's? Karen, I seriously am not doing anything on Instagram. I don't even know what photos you are referring to. You are presented with all this evidence, yet you still don't admit the type of miserable, sad person you are. No matter, the final result still stands. I am never going to let you marry my beloved son, Stanley. Please, Karen, don't do this. Just listen to me for a minute. You've got quite a few things wrong here. But also, please stop calling me a poor daughter of a single mother. It's really unsightly. I mean, really, would someone from such an esteemed family be really making those types of remarks to people? I am really starting to reach my limit as well. Be quiet, you worthless, penniless troll. I'm not going to let a loser from the slums like you go and try and marry someone just because they want to increase their own status. Then fine. We'll cancel the wedding. Also, don't show your face in front of me for as long as you live. You know what? Fine. I'll do just that then. I can't communicate with you at all, even when you're wrong. As well, you've done nothing but berate and verbally abuse me. Why would anyone want to be in the same family as someone like you?
Oh, hey now, you're stealing all my lines. Then make sure to tell Stanley about your decision as well. How you're going to call off the wedding. Make sure to properly apologize to him for being such a worthless person as to look into marrying into a family for money and status.
Hey, Stan. So it turns out that we're going to cancel the wedding.
What? What are you talking about? How did that happen?
It turns out that your mother is against you marrying me no matter what. We had quite the back and forth about various things, and since she refuses to listen to anything that I say, we decided to end it with the marriage being canceled.
Wait, what are you talking about, a back and forth between you and my mom? You're also saying that she doesn't even try to listen to you? I mean, that's exactly why I was telling you to just take whatever she throws at you in stride. Nothing good will happen if you try and argue against her. Really, all I was doing was trying to help you deal with her, but you ignored what I said? Are you an idiot?
Don't mess around with me. Why should I be called an idiot by someone like you? Karen may be angry, but that is nothing compared to how angry I am with you right now.
With me? Why?
Your fiancé got water thrown in her face, and all you did was sit on the sidelines and laugh. Why didn't you even try to help in any way?
What do you mean, why? I was just reading the room. I mean, my mom is crazy overprotective of me. If I interfered and tried to help you, the scene would have been 10 times worse than it was.
I don't want to hear any excuses. Think about it, Stan. Your fiancé had water thrown at her to the point that she was dripping wet. In that type of situation, why wouldn't you even try to save me? Why would you not reprimand your mother for doing such a thing?
I mean, that's exactly what I would have done. That's exactly what I wanted to do. But when my mom gets like that, she's really hard to calm down. She's just that hard to deal with. You should know this by now too, right?
My mother always told me that a man who can't put you first isn't worth keeping around. Which is exactly why I am going through with me and your mother's decision of canceling the wedding. I hate both you and your mother.
What? Are you being serious right now, April? You know that if you break off the engagement that you'll basically be breaking up with me, right?
Yes, I am aware, and I am completely serious. I mean, even if I had decided to go through with the marriage anyway, with how you and your mother are, I don't see us having a bright future. Because of that, I think it would be better for both of us to just end the relationship and break up now.
Wait, what? You're going to break up with me? I mean, I even decided that I wanted to go ahead and make you into my wife. Even though I went out of my way to pick you instead of the plethora of other women, you go ahead and do this? You're just some woman. Stop playing yourself and do what we had originally planned.
Wow, really? I can't believe you're talking like this.
I thought that you would have been a good person to make into my wife. You're cute, work at a decent company, and make good money. The perfect candidate. Not only that, but since your home environment and where you went to school were both worse than mine, you are perfect to become my wife. But I never expected you to be so headstrong about something so petty.
Since my home life in school was worse than yours? What are you talking about? Are you trying to assume that you're better than me? I really can't believe you, Stan. Is this really how you always felt about me?
I mean, isn't that obvious? Everyone thinks of you like this. You're just some poor woman from the slums who was raised by a single parent. But since the whole marriage is canceled, then I'll just put everything out in the open. Don't you dare come crying back to me when you finally realize what you're losing.
Well, perfect. But don't you worry your twisted little head. I'll never regret this for as long as I live.
Bitter to the very end. This was the biggest chance of your life to get out of the slums, to make something of your life. Yeah, you're just going to throw it all away because you couldn't get over your own ego. From now on, you'll just continue to be a loser who can't find a boy to marry you. Good luck, April. You'll never be able to find another way to be a part of the winners again.
Why would I want to be associated with such a worthless part of the winners group anyway?
What?
If anything, I think it's you who is losing the biggest chance of your life. It's just funny that you haven't realized that yet. It's too bad that you'll never be able to marry a woman like me again. But it's too late to regret that now. So don't go crying when you realize how much you actually missed out on.
Did something in your head pop or something? What is so great about a single-parent, family-raised girl? You really have some nerve calling me worthless. I mean, if that's true, then what would you be? Less than worthless? I mean, I'm a full-fledged doctor in my early 30s, already making over $100K a year.
100,000? Is that it? You're acting like such a tool when you only make 100K. Just so you know, honey, I make more than double your income.
More than double my income? You can't be serious.
Also, that single mother that you and your mother were so adamant about berating, calling her poor and destitute, you really don't know your place. I make double what you do, and even then she makes several orders of magnitude more than me. But go ahead, call us the losers because we're not a family of doctors, even though we make more in a year than you do in a decade.
You're making crazy talk here. You're saying that you make twice as much as me, and your mom makes several orders of magnitude more than you? You're just making all this up. This can't be true. You're just some company employee, not even from a well-known company.
Yes, you're right. I am a company employee. A simple company employee, being employed at my mom's company. But I should admit, employee doesn't really do my position justice. Most people would consider calling me a company executive.
Company executive? In your mom's company? Which means your mom is the CEO?
You continue to try and downplay the company that I work for, but it's still a national company, soon to be international. That company is my mother's. So you should start thinking more about what you're saying.
Wait, that means that you're some CEO's daughter?
Well, yes, you can call me the daughter of a CEO, but I really do prefer business executive.
There is no way that you're being serious about this.
My mother is actually quite strict. She isn't the type of person to make me an employee just because I'm her daughter. I earned my position in this company, and I don't want anyone to think otherwise. The position I am in now, I have done so in other companies before this, just to better qualify and earn my spot working with my mother.
You never said anything about this? You never said that you were some business executive. You never said that your mother was some company CEO. Why didn't you tell me any of this?
Well, I guess I should apologize for not being forthright with you about that. But that would also be because of what my mother had taught me. She told me about how nothing good would come of telling people about how my mother was a company CEO, and that just being quiet about it would be best.
What? You were keeping it all a secret on purpose?
She really did her best as a mother to raise me right, huh? Truth is, when I was still in school, she was quite worried that I might be extorted or be put in danger, so she did all that she could to make sure no one knew.
You have got to be kidding me.
Nope. That's actually why we've been keeping business close to the chest for this whole time. But I'll admit, I really did take a liking to you. I was enthralled by the facade that you put on. I didn't have a single complaint the whole time. Which is exactly why I wanted to marry you. But luckily, I was able to find out what kind of person you really were. Ah, well, I guess I really am just not that good at seeing men for what they are, huh?
Why are you talking about me like that? You're making it look like I'm some horrible guy.
Well, that's because you are. Don't you realize that? Making fun of someone because they were raised in a single-parent household? Not choosing to protect your fiancé from your own horrible mother? You should really take some time to reflect on how bad of a person you really are. Again, let's end it here. Hopefully, someday, you are able to find a woman who can earn your mother's high praise.
Am I hearing this right? You're the daughter of a CEO. Not only that, but you are an executive at your mother's company. Is that all true?
I mean, even if I don't confirm or deny any of this, shouldn't you already know this? I mean, you researched me before as the mother of a family of doctors and lawyers. How could your research be wrong? How was it again? You did your research through social media, right? You should already know everything then. Oh, that. It was all just one big misunderstanding. Oh, I'm sorry. Could it be that I said something strange? I mean, on my socials, it doesn't say that I'm working now, does it? I guess that must mean that I am just some jobless beggar. But I really did find you on social media. I saw your account on Instagram. It had your name and everything. The only thing that it didn't have was a picture of your face, but everything else was you. So you're going to just stick to your guns and not admit that you were wrong in the first place? Then you probably are not going to take this well, but make sure to look at the name a bit more carefully. The person that you're looking at is named April Johnson. Well, my name is April Johnson. What? I mean, if you look at that person's education and almost anything, we are in no way the same person. The only thing that you were going on was the name. But even that wasn't the same. You just got caught up on your own crusade to find anything wrong with me because of my upbringing. It's actually hilarious how you were wrong about everything, and yet you have the audacity to say that you know all about me. Are you trying to make me look like some idiot? Changing your name around is just a way to protect yourself from being found out. Maybe you just wrote all those things to fool people. It's easy to write down a different school or a different name, and no one would be the wiser. Writing down false information is something that happens all the time on social media. I don't doubt for a second that is what you've been doing, all in order to get with my son. I see. Now I understand everything. I'm sorry, since I don't use social media, I never knew the complexities behind it. Who would have thought that people would change their name and background just to try and fool other people? But wow, that's amazing, Karen. How is it that you are so versed in all of this? Now, I don't want to accuse you of anything, but could you possibly be doing the same thing? Is that how you're so knowledgeable on the topic? What could you be referring to? I also did my research on figuring out what type of person you are. Well, I say that I did it, but since I am so bad with social media, I ended up hiring a professional to look you up for me. You hired a professional? You own quite the entourage of accounts, don't you, Karen? There is the one account where you are a 20-something-year-old college student who is always liking your cooking posts. Or also the account where you constantly agree with your interesting opinions on Facebook. It's really just a treasure trove of hypocrisy. I can barely contain my own laughter. No! Stop! Why did you have to look up all this? How are you able to figure out about those accounts? That's obvious. It's because I hired a professional to do the job properly. Did you already tell any of this to Stan? Tell Stan? That actually sounds like a fun idea! How about we tell him? Unless there may be some benefit for me not to. I'll never make fun of you, nor berate you ever again. Also, if you wish to marry my son, I'll have no qualms or quarrels. So please, don't tell my family about all of the things that you've learned. That doesn't really entice me too much, Karen. I have already completely called off the wedding, and at this point, I don't even want to see his face. However, I would really appreciate it if you would start changing your opinion on how you see single-parent households. Oh, and if you could send a video of you having water thrown in your face, just like you did to me, that would be great. Preferably rich mineral water. If you do that, then you have a deal. I won't tell. Yes, I'll send the video right away. Great! Looking forward to it.
Alright, so hopefully everything's kinda calmed down, right? Everything is back to normal? Can we have lunch or dinner or something? I would really like to talk.
Why is it that you have any reason to say anything at all to me? The engagement was called off, and we're broken up. There was nothing left between us. I want to have nothing to do with you ever again.
Please. April, I'll never let my mom say another bad thing about you. I'll protect you from anything like that. So please, let's fix things together. I have really reflected on what I have done, and I want to get back together.
Wow, that's just really hard to imagine. I never actually realized just how stupid you were.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that after doing something as horrible as you did, that you think that there is any way that we can patch things up is just ridiculous. You're really making some stupid assumptions for someone who is supposed to be a doctor. Are you sure your patients are all right?
You're saying what? After I was even giving you the chance to get back together, your first response is something so rude?
This isn't some chance. This is just torture. There is no way that I'd want to get back together with scum like you. How about you just go ahead and crawl back into your hole and just leave me alone?
What?
Please delete any and all contact information with me. I'll be doing the same now. I hope that we never meet each other again. So goodbye, Stanley.
Wait, please, April! Please, let's just have dinner together or something. Come on, we need to talk.
If there is so much free time in my schedule that I'm able to be around a loser like you, then I think it'd be better if I just searched for a better partner. So goodbye, Stanley. See you never. After that, I had actually started to receive apology letters, supposedly from the other parts of Stanley's family. Namely, the father and brothers that were off working out of the country. But now it seems that the whole family is off in another country and trying to make a living there. It seems that after he heard about the wedding being canceled, he really wanted me to reconsider. In the letter, he actually wrote that he was sorry for having such a fool of a son. That this whole turn of events was nothing but an embarrassment. He also went on to state that he would somewhat severely punish Stanley for what he had done. As for Karen, when the father had returned, he had forcibly made Karen start using a children's phone. One that can be monitored. Not only that, but the mother herself was given much less free rein to do what she wanted. Even the amount of money she has access to is put to a limit set by the father. As for Stanley, he was surprised that he had been reprimanded so heavily by his father and brothers. It seems that he has become a better person for it, and is living a much more quiet life. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.